What do you think about America being bipartisan? So you have Republicans and you have Democrats. They both seem to have, well, they do. They have different issues and different policies and talking points. And every 4 years, every election year, every election, we pretty much choosing between these two parties. Yeah, you have your third parties, but people barely pay the third parties any mind. Everybody's either Democrat or Republican. Do you think that system, having that duality clashing against each other, is a good thing, or should we just have one party that focuses on the people? Like, how do you feel about us having Republican and Democrats always going at each other?
Okay, it goes back again to the fairness and the equality thing. If you have one party doing the right thing, then everything will be fair and equal. I mean, I already explained to you already the damage of everything being fair and equal. So they play this little game, which is a game, because at the end of the day, all of them is on the same boat. All of them doing the same thing. You think that, oh, he's against him and he's no such thing. All of them, because when them drop a bomb on another country, that's all of them decision.
Yeah.
It's not a Democrat decision and the Republicans say don't drop the bomb. It's American decision. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
When the Ku Klux Klan is killing off black people, it's not the Democrats saying, no, Ku Klux Klan don't kill off the black, and the Republicans say, kill off the black. It's an American decision. You understand what I mean? Everything that is happening, it's an American decision. So there's no Democrat and Republican. It's a game them play to keep it on balance. That you can always believe, oh, you will be fighting every day, trying to balance it. But they know they don't want it balanced. Because like I say, if they change the system and have a one thing system, it have to be fair because it's only one. And like I say, repeat myself, you know the damage of fairness. You know, so it's never gonna be fair. It can't be fair. So this is just a game, and we get caught up in the game. And to prove to you, say it's a game. The electoral college is the thing that votes for the president, that choose the president. So it doesn't matter who votes, they will choose. So who choose the Democrat or the Republican? Them. So where is the Democrat and the Republican? Oh, I want a Democrat president. No, I want a Republican president. You don't choose it.
Yeah, but what about your mayor, your governor, your senators?
Same joke. Let me explain to you the joke. Same joke. Same joke. Okay, you can, like for instance, how can black people voting for governors and mayors and all these things, but we still stays the same? It doesn't matter which governor we have. It no matter which mayor we have. Nothing changed. Them still kill black people. Police still kill black people. We still not get fair housing. We still not get nothing fair. Our streets still not clean. Our schools still not improved.
I wouldn't say that. Definitely, especially on a local level, I'd say it matters in terms of you do have. I can only speak for New York, but like I'm pretty sure you can attest that there have been some mayors and governors who've made drastic changes or made smart policies that has had a positive effect. Can't you attest to that?
Okay, when a governor or a mayor does something positive that improves New York, it's for New York, which is New York white benefit.
Let's take race out of it.
If you take race out of it, then you don't have America.
No. True. But for this specific thing, the whole point is that your local officials do have an effect on your current state. Rarely does the president ever affect you, but as far as locally, who's in office does have an effect on you.
Okay, let me explain to you why me tell you what it is, right? Like me said, me in America, what, 40 odd years now, right? I can remember far back, and I could be wrong, but you can research it. I remember when we did have a governor, I think Governor Pataki, right? And as far as me can remember, there was a federal suit. The federal government passed a law that the school in the city must get funded to be equal with the school upstate. So the governor must give the money to the school in the city to make it equal with the school upstate. Pataki was a Republican governor. Then we have, after Pataki, we have a Democrat governor. Then we have another Democrat governor, if I'm not lying. Then we have Como. We have all these governors. They are Democrat. And all of them who come in power, Democrat or Republican, refuse to give the money to the school in the city.
And that was a law that was passed.
That is a law. And what they do is keep on taking it back to court. You know, appeal it and this and that to prevent them from giving the money. So it doesn't matter whether you're Republican or Democrat. The thing is, we're not giving the money to these people. So when I'm trying to show you that it don't make a difference who they are. It ends up being when certain people will not get the benefit. New York will get the benefit, but the people won't get the benefit. You understand me? Now, there will be changes. I'm going to tell you what changes come. Changes come through the knowledge. Like for instance, we just recognize and realize that we can select the Attorney General. We just recognize and realize that the judges, we can select them or elect them. So now that we have this knowledge now voting can be power. Because now we can say, we don't want you because you're not for us. You run, we vote for you. So now that the knowledge is coming in, you will start the changes. And that's where your generation and the generation after are going to start using, unless them change the game. Unless things change and now the voting things start changing now, because now we can now select the Attorney General. So I'm going to say, we're not putting people in prison for having a spliff. Hell fucking no. Not when only black people going. We're not putting people in prison because him write a check. You know, him do a little fraud check. We are going to give him, 15 years. We're not doing that because it's only black people going. No, because him is a boots, we're not putting him in prison for 15 years because it's black people doing it. Because the Attorney General is black and we put him in. So now that we have this knowledge, things will change now. But before, with the ignorance of not knowing what voting was all about, we were just voting for whosoever, Democrat and Republican.
And I feel like just in general, a lot of people, because I had this assumption too, was that politics, it doesn't really affect you. But one incident that I have where politics actually affected me was actually Obama. His Obamacare policy said if you don't have medical insurance, then you have to pay a fine in your taxes. And I was gonna get hit with that fine. That was gonna be my first time filing for taxes. But Trump changed it so then I didn't get hit with that fine. Now I made sure I asked my tax guy too, like, did I get fined for that? He was like, no, because that thing changed. So there I go, voted for Obama twice, and his policy almost cost me money.
Right.
And then Trump came in and changed it to where the
Right.
policy didn't affect me. So that's when I'm like, yo, these it doesn't affect you more so when you're younger, because like when I was in college and stuff, and that could probably even affect you there, because Hillary wanted to do the free college thing or whatever. So yeah, politics does matter, and everybody I should pay attention to who's doing what
And
and
what
vote for who.
Yes,
And
yes.
vote, like voting is important, because it may not affect you today, but it just might
Yes.
affect you tomorrow.
Yes.
So you gotta be mindful of that and pay attention to what's going on in politics.
And
Especially
unfortunately,
a lot of people in my generation, they do not pay attention to politics at all.
cause like you say, it don't affect you when you're young.
Yeah, they feel like
Wait
they're
until
not
you
gonna
own
affect them. And
something.
once they start making money,
Yeah.
politics politics never really started affecting me until I started making money. Until I started having thoughts of opening my own business and stuff. Now I see where all these laws and these politics and all this stuff comes into play. And eventually, y'all young now, eventually y'all gonna get there. Or if you older and you're thinking about going into certain things, it's gonna start affecting you. So pay attention to it so you could sway the politics in the right direction. You want the taxes to be at a certain level that's suitable for you. You want certain policies to be at a certain level that's suitable for you. So yeah, take local. The moral of the story is local voting should be taken into consideration, because
I mean, to be honest, even the presidential voting, although you know, elect the president, but look on it. Unfortunately, the Republican do more for poor people than the Democrat. The Republican do a lot more for poor people than the Democrat. I remember when Baby Bush wanted to change the social security system, that the money is yours, meaning if you work, you can put that money in the stock market, and when you die, your offspring can get it. The Democrats said no. Now, if you die, you work for all these years, and if you die before you reach 65, you get a dime, and nobody gets your money but the government keep it. Now, if you have a son, wouldn't you rather the son get your money?
Yeah.
You know, see, would you want that your wife get your money? But them said no. And the Republicans said no, because most black people are dying early. Their family should get the money. Why are the government keeping them and them work so hard for that money, and then them dead and them not get to get the money?
Yeah.
Republican, that again. Every time the Republican in power, we get our money. You see the stimulus? We get our money.
But aren't they gonna take that out of your taxes
They're
next
taking
year?
nothing out of his taxes next year. The stimulus is given to us. Yes, the Republican them are thief, but every time them thief the money, them give we some. When the Democrat thief the money, we don't even know.
Yeah.
Most laws that pass against poor and black people, Democrat. Most law, because I'm telling you this, and if you look back on it, Democrat is more detrimental to us than the Republican, but we vote for them anyway.
Yeah, that's because the Democrats come, and I used to buy into this the cake that they were selling, because they come under the guise as, oh, we're here to help poor people, and we're here to be progressive and make things make sense. But the Republicans, they move under the guise of everything needs to be economically viable. So we're gonna make sure that you guys are making money, and but the Republicans want people to make money, because they understand that once you have money, you're gonna spend it, and that's gonna keep everything moving. And it's very important that you are making money, so when you get the money, you don't spend it all at once. Like, anybody ever gave you money and say don't spend it all at once? That's the principle that you gotta go by. The Republicans want you to have the money because they want you to spend it because that's what keep economics and keep everything moving. So, but the Democrats, they kind of want to give you a handout, but money don't fall out the sky. So they come under the guise of, we're trying to help you guys, this, that, and the third, but their policies, they don't.
You gonna make it? Ain't no telling. People they trapping, they shooting, they doing the most. There ain't no telling. My brothers is felons, they won't let them go. No, there ain't no telling. Like who knows? How about the band? Don't thank God for the proof though. There ain't no telling, but God is the way. Yeah, and that's all that I'm yelling. Ain't no telling. Yeah, come up with money, some people get jealous. Yeah, I just came up so they hearing my message. Yeah, yeah, ain't no telling, y'all, ain't no telling. No, 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 no.